music that matches Carole's face. Yes, it's beautiful music by Carole. Carole wrote this song.
In another life.
Yeah, we're premiering some music that is made at Big Cat Rescue.
Okay, you ready to come out live?
Mm-hmm. Hello everyone and welcome to Cat Chat. My name is David Lee Stanton and please help me welcome the very beautiful music maker herself, Carole Baskin. Hi Carole.
Hello everybody, thank you for joining us again.
Yes, on another fabulous Cat Chat. Today we're out of the jungle and we're in front of paneling. Doesn't it look like that? It's great paneling. They just did it. Wow, look at my shirt. It looks like an old man's shirt for somebody so young like me. Anyways, well, like I said, welcome to Cat Chat. Today we have some photos that Carole brought with her. And we were going to have a video, but something happened. I don't know. I couldn't convert it. So how have you been, Carole, since we last spoke to you?
There's just been so many exciting things going on, and I'm still trying to upload photos for you to share from some of the stuff that's going on. Like I'm getting right now blow by blow photos from a cat who's in surgery. One of the recent rescues, Lovey, had a bad tooth. So the vet took out the bad tooth, and then of course we wanted to spay her because she's been living with a male, and we want to make sure no kittens were going to be born here. And we'd love to be able to put them back together since they've always been together. So as that's been happening, Jamie's been sending me photos, but I haven't been able to get those uploaded yet because my iPhoto library broke.
Oh, well, hey, well, how are all those other animals you just rescued? You know, they're adjusting, would you say?
They are adjusting very well. In fact, Lovey is one of the 6 that we just brought in from Kansas. We've been just delighted to see the cats all adjusting so well and eating well and loving their keepers.
Nancy, why do I see a mouse on the screen there? That's weird. Oh, no, that's this viewer don't see that. Could you run upstairs real fast? I'm sorry to interrupt you guys or this show. Could you run upstairs real fast? I think the Vector Security just came here. Could you just see if they're up there and then?
I'll give it a shot.
I just have to hand them a check. Yes, we're having a security system installed today. And they're like, and they were supposed to do it Friday. Oh, okay, yeah, can they just bring it in here? Oh, one of my new cameras came. You get to see behind the scenes of this station. In front of the camera and behind the camera. So they're going to bring me down a package right now. You know what the UPS
did? Unboxing.
What's that?
You can do an unboxing.
Yeah, how about I'll do an unboxing, okay? Excuse me. However, let me give props to UPS, okay? It's important that we use UPS for stuff, because here's what they did. They came today and they delivered it, and I wasn't here. I missed it, right? So I called up UPS, and I said, here, we're going to do an unboxing here. Go ahead. Yeah. So, oh, it's one of the new cameras. So anyway, so I called them. I said, you know, I missed the appointment. Is there any way that you could bring it back? Because I'm here now. And they said, well, you know, what we could do is we could have this thing called will call, where they could drop it off at the UPS place, and then you get up there. Or she said, or we could call the driver and ask him to bring it back to you. So I actually chose the latter, and then they called him, and they set it all up like where he'll like call you before he comes to re-drop it off, and that's what they did. So they re-dropped it off. Isn't that nice?
That is nice.
I mean, what's that other one? Not UPS. Who's that other people that delivers? Oh. Well, I called UPS though.
You got something else coming.
That's weird, huh? Maybe I'm getting another package. I bet you I'm getting another package. You know what? I bet you I take it. Well, anyways, okay. Minus all the stuff I just said. I think this is FedEx. Okay, so we'll unpack as we chat. Hey, is there a pair of scissors in that drawer right there? So, Carole, so tell us, I mean, there's got to have been some sort of drama that has unfolded. Could you move over a little bit, Carole, so we could see you more?
I'm not sure which one of these cameras is looking at me. Is
Yeah.
this better?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more to your right. To your right?
More to my right?
Yeah.
This way?
Yeah, that's great right there. And I'll move over just a little bit this way. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Oh, so anyways, there's got to have, I mean, out of those rescues that you just did, there's got to have been some sort of drama that has unfolded since then. I mean, something. I mean, one of them's gotten, you know, are they all just adjusting perfectly?
They really are. They have just been absolutely wonderful. The one that was the most secretive, Lovey, has been laying out on top of her jungle gym that the volunteers have created for her and just seems perfectly happy to be laying right out in the open. The little serval that's so skinny, every night she's just hopping around in the grass and chirping and calling people over to her enclosure. So it's been just wonderful to see them adjusting so well. And we got a nice donation from the sheriff who rescued these cats. He called me and said that he would be sending a small donation because, you know, he's a public service and they don't make a whole lot of money, but he felt so engaged by these animals that he wanted to help them.
Oh, so he's just helping out on his own, like not the sheriff's department.
Right.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool. Well, you know what? Nice? Like, I don't know if you guys ever had the chance to go to, I call it BCR, but Big Cat Rescue in Tampa, Florida. When you go in there, you'll be wanting to make a donation too. I don't know, something about the place. Maybe it's all the tigers there. I mean, it's really, I could understand why all the animals are adjusting well because, you know, I say it every show, and you might be thinking I'm just blabbering on about it or something, but it truly is a really great place there. I'm serious. I would live in one of those cages myself. I'm serious. They're nicer than like your yard and like they're nicer than my yard. What little yard I have. Now, how are the little kittens?
Oh, they're doing so well. They're getting so big. We have a second one now who is ready to graduate, and so we're going to be taking her in very shortly to see the vet and get her fixed, and that means she'll be able to move to a permanent home now. Her name is Buttons, and she is just cute as a button. When she came in, she was so sick. She was the only one who survived. There were 3 in the litter, and she was really, really bad off, and we just every day thought she was going to be dead when it was feeding time, and she's held on, and boy, she's just the toughest little thing, but she adores the other kittens, so we're kind of debating whether we send her in right away to be spayed or wait until she can have one of her other kitten buddies go with her.
You know, I find felines in general to be harder to bring back from illness, trauma, you know, anything like that. They're the hardest to bring. Like a dog, seems like they can recover better. I don't know what it is about felines, but it's like I said last week, especially when there's a kitten on the road to death. It's hard to bring them back from that. You know,
it sure is.
Now, let's recap last week in case anybody missed the show. And if you would like to watch the show, it's my fail. I was supposed to have a Wild Animal television on the website. I will do that in a day or so. I'm so sorry.
I can't wait to see the one that you did with Sean.
Oh, you didn't see? Well, if you go to, I could tell you a site that it's at. I'll send you the link to. If you go to Vimeo, and look for my other station there, it is uploaded there. Or if you go to that other website, it is there. I just have to do the same thing for Wild Animal Television. But I've been having some problems with some servers because literally, thank you all that's watching because we broadcast this show on other stations. And I really want to
You can say your other station.
I'm sorry, we broadcast this show. Well, we do broadcast this show on other stations. Well, we broadcast it on GLTV, MondoClub.com, Justin TV. But anyways, we have gone from like 50-some thousand viewers a day to most days over 100,000 viewers.
Why do you think it took off so fast?
Because of Justin TV. Because
And I don't really know much about Justin TV. Can you explain how that works and how people find that?
yes, if you go to Justin, literally the name Justin, Justin. Well, maybe we'll get it on the screen for you. JUSTIN.TV is the name of the place. So what they are, they're kind of like a. Do you remember what a Stickum? Do you remember Stickam? Do you remember that site?
No.
Okay, well, it's a site where it's almost like you've heard of Blog TV. No. Well, anyways, what it is, it's a site where anybody who has a webcam can go there and broadcast from their living room. Okay, but they also have this section that's called featured section, and then in that is people that broadcast all the time, and then within the featured section, they also have a high quality section, and we're in the high quality section because we're a 24-hour HD stream, really. So in other words, we get featured on their front page, and they might be featuring us right now because they know our broadcasting schedule. So then they, when I say feature, that means they'll put you on their front page. So then, and they'll do that during your broadcasting times, depending on.
Well, that's nice.
And we've had like 500,000 viewers in a week. And like I said, those aren't Big Cat Rescue numbers, okay? Because Big Cat Rescue does some numbers,
It's
okay?
great, though.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty good. And so because of that, has raised our average viewers by 50,000 viewers a day. Because currently we were getting around 56,000 viewers a day, sometimes more, sometimes less. But now the average is 100,000 viewers a day.
That's awesome.
Right, but
now, when you say it's high quality video, is it because it's high def or because it's considered of a good quality as far as like the content?
Both of those. Like to be featured, you have to have both of those qualities.
Attributes.
Yeah, attributes. Exactly. You got to be good. Good stuff. Just like if it's just there are other people that are featured that just kind of sit there in front of their camera and talk or do nothing. But some of those kind of things do well.
Wow.
But like in the high quality section, you only see professional stuff. Like actually some of the stations, like you're on Revision 3, because you have high quality. So some of the stations that you see on Revision 3 are also within Justin TV. So anyways, I get a lot of viewers through them. So thank you.
Well, that's
Justin
interesting.
TV. And then MondoClub.com also carries our station, and we're also the featured channel on their website as well. And everybody knows our true love is Roku, because Roku be where it's at. Because Roku is on your television. That's the only way you can use Roku is on your television. And we are designed for TV, okay? Because all this money that's going into the studio is for television. Although, I like the internet crowd, but, I try to design our stuff for actual television stuff. Now, Miss Carole Beth, how's Howard?
He's doing wonderful. I just sent you 37 more files via FileZilla. Is that something you can access from where you are?
Yeah, is it photos?
They're photos that I put in that same folder that we set up for today's show, Cat Chat 2013-0522.
Yeah, actually it would not be possible during this show. Because I know to do that, I actually have to log into that server and then transfer those files over to a different folder that's in this download area. It would just be a pain in the ass to do. I mean, I could do it, but I would have to go off camera, and it'd take me about 5 minutes.
That's not worth it.
It's your call. It's your show.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're the star here. Okay.
We can do it next time. I'm sorry I didn't get them to you earlier.
So let's go ahead. That's okay, Carole. I'm glad you got some to us. So if we go ahead and get the number on the screen, and we can also have you call in during the show. So you could call us by phone, or you can call us on Skype. Now, if you're on Skype, you can still use the phone number, and it kind of like automatically goes to the Skype thing. You can do video Skype with us, and you can be on the air with Carole here, and myself, or you can just do voice only. So go ahead and give us a call at 412-670-0381. So this is your time to ask questions to Carole or me. I don't know much, but Carole knows a lot. This is a good time to ask about exotic animals. If you're an exotic animal owner, we'd love to hear from you. and let us know how your about your exotic animals, and if you stopped breeding them. No, and we would just like to hear about, you, and if you have any questions. We don't judge here. So if you have questions about your exotic animal and how to take care of it, we would love to answer your questions, because Carole is a master in this area. Now, getting back to how... I'm sorry, go ahead.
You asked me about drop. I've got back in my ear.
Yeah, you've been out there. I don't know if that's on our end. Go ahead and try again.
In California, there was another facility or another restaurant that was offering lions on the menu. And so many people contacted them that they immediately pulled it off the menu, which I thought was wonderful. One of the things that we just launched today was an easy way for people to contact the government in South Africa to protect lions. Up until June the 15th of this year, they're going to be accepting comments on canned hunts where lions are shot in cages. And they have proposed some regulations to make it a little bit harder on the people who are offering lions that way, but it's cosmetic, and they're really missing the point. The point is that you can't allow people to be petting these cubs, because those cubs outlive their usefulness very quickly, and then the only thing that people can make money off of them doing is selling them into these canned hunts where people are shooting them for trophies. So we set up a really easy letter at catlaws.com for people to send and ask them to just ban the private possession and ban the canned hunting.
I could just, it must have been some, really coward-like person that even thought of the idea of canned hunts. I could see them sitting around being like, you know what? Nothing I do is working. I cannot seem to shoot an animal, and I really have a strong desire to do so. What can I do to make it where I can feel empowered by killing an animal? I got it. Let's put it in a cage and shoot it that way, just like fish in a barrel. It'd be really easy. And then I get to kill something, and I get totally satisfied by that. I mean, that's probably what... Don't anybody use that video and cut that out and say I said that.
But you know that's going to happen.
Yeah. I can just see it with Cat Chat here. Cat Chat, we make quick things. I don't even want to go there.
Oh, goodness.
I had recently watched some other TV and that's in the same field, and it really was very interesting TV, but we won't go there. If anybody was wondering who Howard was that we had just mentioned, in case you're just tuning in, Howard is Carole's husband. He's equally as enchanting. Okay,
More so.
So far in our unpacking, we are up to the box. So let's take this out. That is true. Big cats are not food or entertainment. You know what big cats are? They are predators that eat food that should be left in the jungle or whatever, where do tigers come from everywhere, right? Jungle, desert.
I don't think there's any tigers in the desert.
Oh, there's not. Well, what's those pictures I see of lions walking across the desert?
Lions in the desert, not tigers in the desert.
Oh, okay. Well, where all? See, I didn't know this. Where all do tigers come from?
Tigers are native to Asia, so they would be in India, Russia, mostly jungle-type habitats, Indonesia. The lions are the ones that are native to Africa, where you often will have a much drier type environment.
Oh.
Our friends down in South Africa, Chris and Bev Mercer, have been for decades the voice for lions down there and trying to end these canned hunts. And he just wrote an article that I reposted this morning that I thought was so good, because he said, if we had cattle farms here in the United States that thought, hey, we could make a lot more money if we invited people in to come and use the cows as target practice, then can you imagine the kind of outrage that we would hear from people in this country? Even people who eat beef would just be over the top upset about shooting arrows and bullets and all manner of things at these cattle, and yet they do it to lions all the time, and nobody, well, I shouldn't say nobody, but an awful lot of people seem to think, well, that's okay because they're in Africa for some reason. That makes it all right.
That's because people are scared of lions, or they think lions, I don't know. It's amazing what people think, to be honest with you, how stupid they are. Now, that place that you were talking about that was making Lion tacos. So they're not doing that now, you said, right?
They said that they pulled it from their menu because they had so many people that were upset about it.
Good.
Yeah.
What was the name of the place?
The name of it was Taco Fusion.
Taco Fusion?
Yeah. And we just found out today they had something like 23 health code violations as well at this place in the last 2 inspections. So we're going to be pulling up the evidence for that and posting that very shortly.
So did y'all hear that? And it's good that they pulled it off the menu, but I bet you they just pulled it off the menu in that store.
Well,
I bet you it's still on the menu somewhere.
It's just a little dive. It's not a chain, I don't believe. And then the other place that just pulled it off the menu is called Mocha Tanya, and it's a Japanese restaurant in the San Francisco Bay Area. So I was glad to hear that he pulled it off the menu as well.
Do you know who the supplier is of lion meat? Like, who's giving it to them?
Well, that's a big part of the mystery because they always say that it comes from a USDA inspected slaughterhouse and a USDA inspected facility where these lions are being raised specifically for human consumption. And I contacted Tim Santel of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, who said that that's not his department anymore, but he was quoted in the newspaper as saying that's absolute nonsense. There aren't any places that just raise lions for that purpose.
Is that even allowed? Does USDA allow that at all?
USDA does not prohibit it, but they do not inspect wild meat. And so all these people who are eating carnivore meat have no idea whether or not those animals were treated with any kind of drugs that may be lingering in their system. I was talking to one of our vets about this a couple days ago, and he was saying with cattle, there are certain drugs, antibiotics and stuff like that, that they're treated with, that you have to wait a certain period of time before that animal can be slaughtered and fed to people, because we don't know what that may do to our bodies if we ingest that. And carnivores eat the spinal column and the intestinal tracts and all of that of the animals that they prey on. And so you're ingesting what those carnivores have ingested, which are things that we were never designed to be able to handle, in addition to not knowing what kind of drugs might be in their system, because there's nobody who inspects the meat. So it's really, even though there may be not people that are just dying, dropping over dead after they eat lion meat, they have no idea what they're doing to their bodies or their future generations by ingesting that. So it's a scary prospect that it's even allowed by the Food and Drug Administration. Everybody wants to pass the buck and say it's somebody else's job to inspect it, but nobody can pinpoint where these cats are coming from or who it is that is inspecting it, because everybody says they're not the ones inspecting it.
Well, evil begets evil, or whatever. Like, evil follows evil. So to kill those lions and tigers or whatever, to eat them, to kill them and to eat them, is evil. So if you are going to be the one eating this product that was evilly produced, it is the laws of the universe that evil will follow you, and you will definitely be poisoned by it or sick by it, or something's going to happen to you. You'll have bad luck. I don't know. But everybody knows that. Carole, you and I know this to be true, because it's the power of attraction. So that's the secret of life, everybody, power of attraction. So if you're eating lion meat, you're attracting that because you've eaten it from a person that begot it evilly. Evilly? Is that even a word? So, in other words, don't eat it, okay? Because you're just going to have a whole bunch of bad shit happen to you.
Tell you what you should do. You should come to Hamburger Mary's for bingo night. That's going to be July 1st at 7:30. And it's Drag Queen Bingo, which will be a lot of fun. David and I went to Hamburger Mary's. It was my first time there when he was visiting.
She got motorboated. You all know what that is? I know there's kids watching, so ask your parents what it is. Do you know what it is, Nancy? Nancy can motorboat you.
Oh. You guys.
Look, see, every show I manage to embarrass Carole. I love it. People actually like that's what I hear about. They like wait for that moment. Now, okay, this is a fundraiser that's happening July 1st at Hamburger Mary's in Ybor, Florida.
Ybor City.
Ybor City in Florida, which is a fabulous, packed place. And that Hamburger Mary's is that place gets crazy fun.
Yeah.
Ybor is Y''BOR. By capital Y.
If you go to our Facebook page, there is an event for that, and you can let us know if you're coming or not, so that will give us an idea of how many prizes and things we should bring for the event. Right now, I think we have 22 people signed up, and 30 some odd said that they might be coming.
All right, maybe we can get what is your Facebook page? Is it Facebook/ or Facebook.com? We'll probably hopefully get that on the screen. I'm working my girl today. Facebook.com/
Big Cat Rescue.
Oh, isn't that easy?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get that
Love
on the
those
screen
vanity
for you.
girls.
And if they go there, they can find out more information. And you can, what is it, like an RSVP thing, you said?
Right.
You can. All right, we're going to try to have a correspondent go down there, depending on how our funds are at that time. But when we're buying stuff like this, it's a bit harder. All right, so let's go to stage 2 of the unpacking. Now, Carole, now, first of all, it comes with these manuals, whatever. What are the pictures that you brought with you today?
These are pictures from Painting with a Twist. And that was last Sunday. We had a fundraiser at this place called Painting with a Twist. And what they do, I think this is a chain, because they had one in Pinellas County and one in Hillsborough County. And they invite people to come in and pay, I think, $40 or $45 to paint a picture. And they have a teacher who teaches you how to paint, even if you don't know anything about painting. They take you like step by step through it. And the pictures that you'll see are amazing. These all came from the one that was in Pinellas County. I don't have any photographs from the one in Tampa. But the one in Tampa, they did a cityscape of Tampa. And the one in Pinellas County, they did a cougar. And you can see everybody's cougar faces that they painted. They just did a fabulous job on it. And we raised like $1,700. It was another one where we thought, well, not many people are signing up to go to this. And we were kind of discouraged. And then right at the end, boy, a bunch of people piled in and they had a great time.
It looks fun.
Yeah, I wish we could have gone, but it was the same day as our volunteer appreciation meeting. And we have that quarterly for our volunteers. So it meant none of our volunteers, except for the 2 people that attended the event, my husband Howard and our PR person Susan Bass, they went to give out free champagne and free wine, and so people were really having fun while they were painting with all the free booze.
Right.
And I got that feedback again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So at any rate, I really hope that we can do it again with these people and do it on a night when all of our volunteers can be there, and so I can go. I would love to go and do that.
Hey, hold on a second.
And so what she would do, the teacher, there were 3 different teachers, because there were 2 locations and then there were 2 floors at one location. And each teacher would draw like a pencil lining of what the person was going to be doing. And then they would teach them stroke by stroke how to do it. And Howie went back and forth between the 2 classes that were in Pinellas County, and he said he was amazed because the teachers had totally different teaching styles, and yet everybody came out with really good-looking stuff in the end.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. There's a lot of good-looking stuff, and it looked like it was a picture that could be done that they could actually display in their house.
Yeah, 2 of them gave us their paintings.
Yeah, because look how nice it was, especially
off.
that one in front. They must did it according to who did nicer pictures, because that one in the front is pretty good. That lady in the middle, they put the ugly ones in back. No, I'm just kidding. No, they all look really good. I'm surprised. And that wasn't no paint by number either.
No.
Wow.
At our volunteer appreciation meeting, we do a different theme each time. And so this time it was our volunteer challenge, and we had a bunch of different challenges where all the volunteers divided into 4 different teams, and then they competed against each other. So they were doing wheelbarrow races and races of stealth and like spelling out the different cats' names with the body parts, this is an A or this is a Z or whatever, and trying to have the other people guess what the word was. And it was so much fun, and we got tons of photo and video. I just haven't had a chance to go through and edit it down yet because I've got like 3 hours of video, and I need to make that into something that's like maybe 10 minutes of something interesting. But a lot of awards were given out to the volunteers for the service, the number of years that they've served, and for things like Scratches Award for volunteer excellence, and the Stars Award, which is for people who spend a lot more time here than what they have to be able to maintain their shirt levels. And then some of our staff actually got together and decided they wanted to rent one of those dunk tanks and put themselves up on the auction block to be dunked in this pool of icy water. So I did it too, even though I hate cold water. And we charged the volunteers $5 for 3 balls to throw at a target and then knock us into the water. So they had fun doing that all afternoon.
Right.
And ended up raising some money for the cats too.
If I was up there, like on the dunking thing, there would be like a line around the block. The dunking. I'm telling you. So you actually went down into the.
I went down so many times.
I've never done it. What's it like? Is it like? I mean, because that's
cold.
So it's like it's cold over your whole body. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you go completely under.
Did you have to be in a bathing suit?
I just did it in shorts and a shirt. All the other staff were better prepared. They were all wearing a bathing suit.
I was going to say, were you in a one piece or a bikini? Because one pieces are cute. Well, okay, so now we're at the camera. Now the camera just comes like this. Now this is one of the fine cameras we use here that's filming me right now, or videoing me.
What is the make and model?
The make and model is a I have to read it on the side. Hold on a second. Oh, my glasses. I'm so old anymore. It is a Sony NEX-VG30, and it's
I like Sony.
It came out around the end of 2012. But this is it. It's actually a beautiful camera. It's so funny because this has a super lens on it, and when you do a full zoom, it goes all the way out to here. Which, I know a lot of people could really use that type of feature. Inside joke for the adults. And then this right here is a surround sound microphone on it. Isn't that cool?
Wow.
And then it comes like with a little furry thing.
You know what they call that? They call it a dead cat.
They do.
Yeah.
Because that's what it looks like. And it's so funny, like I have to keep my dog away from it because they think that too. And then there's it comes with these things that kind of go on this and make this look bigger, and like another eyepiece to make that bigger, and then the battery goes into here, and it's all like, and like this is how this opens, and this is all touchscreen too. When you do it, and it does of course 1080p, it does all kinds of different modes, but one of the reasons why I got it was because it does 1080p at 60 frames per second as well. So therefore, the advantage of that is you can make Blu-ray quality videos, or you can, another thing you can use that for is, say you want to have a very nice, smooth, slow motion shot. So you would film it like that, and then in your editing program, you bring the frame rate down to 30 frames per second. And then that makes it look nice and fluid slow motion.
Well, that seems weird since like 30 is like regular motion on most cameras.
Yeah, that's true. So then when you're filming it at 60 frames per second, it actually lowers that, and then that's why it looks slow motion. That's also how, like you can make, did you ever see those music videos where somebody's in slow motion kind of, but their words are with the music?
Yes.
Like that's another way that's done. Another way that's also done is they literally have you do the video really, really fast. Like you sing it really, really fast. And I'm not, or you lip sync it really, really fast, and then they actually slow it down to normal speed, and then it looks like you're in slow motion, but you're singing to the words. It's crazy.
That's got to be hard to do.
So anyway, so this is now these cameras pretty much are studio only because I'm so protective of my stuff. Ask my husband. Like when I have stuff that I keep stuff forever because I take care of stuff. I take care of everything. this will be one of the things I'll be taking care of. So, so now we'll have 3 of these eventually, and I'm waiting for some tripods. I think that's what came from. I think that's what the UPS thing is. I'm waiting for still.
And what is the purpose of 3 of them? Are you like shifting from one camera to another on one person, or are they on 3 different people when you do multiple in the studio?
Well, an average studio environment, that is professional TV, we'll call it, is what they call a 3-camera setup. So you would have the one in the middle, and an average 3-camera setup is this. You would have one in the middle. Say there's myself and you on air here together. One camera would be on both of us, and then there would be one over here and one over there. And that when I look at you to speak, it would switch to my camera where you just see me speaking to you, and the same thing goes for you. So so it would you would see it would just switch to me talking to you. You know what I mean? So that's just to switch it up. That's like you'll see that on TV. Then also the advantage of that too is like why they have the middle camera going. A cameraman, and say I'm showing you this stuff from unboxing, the camera guy could actually be following that stuff at close up, and then the operator would be switching between me talking and the close up of me unboxing.
Oh.
Stuff like that. So that's what the advantage of multiple cameras are. But there's also things you could do like with a single camera to make it look like multiple shots too. But it's better if you have multiple cameras, and it's important that you have. I need to say it, not spray it all the time. But it's important that you have cameras that match each other. The best thing is to have all the same exact cameras, because cameras vary so much in how they see a picture across brands and stuff like that. So if you have all the same brand, all the same model, it's easier to make because you want all your shots to match within the lighting and color and all that stuff.
Yeah, we often use like a GoPro and the big camera that we've had for years, and then some little handy cam type thing, and have different angles on the cats. Yeah. And you can really tell when it goes from one scene to another. It's like, really great quality and then not so great quality. Right. And so I can see why that would be important to have 3 of the same for a studio type environment. With cats, they're moving so fast, so it's not really obvious unless you're the person that's doing the editing.
Right. Now, around your house, which is BCR, a 60 frame per second camera would be great, because then you could capture that, slow it down, and it would look really nice. However, I would say because your current cameraman does use an HD professional video camera to video stuff. I bet you it has that feature on there.
I don't think we have 60 frames per minute.
Second.
Yes, per second.
Yeah, that'd be like, yeah, that'd be so funny. Every minute there'd be a frame. Now, okay, was that all? Now I saw another picture in there that looked like a form or something. What was that?
I don't know. It might be a certificate of excellence. We just got an award from TripAdvisor saying that we are in the top 10% of all businesses worldwide. And they're sending us a certificate for the gift shop, but I posted it also on our website. That is amazing.
Wait, that is freaking amazing. Let's go back. Back it up. Now, what's that? You're in the top 10% of
top performing 10% of all businesses worldwide. And that's based on the people who post reviews about Big Cat Rescue on TripAdvisor.
Oh, okay.
We've had so many reviews that we're in the top 10% of all businesses worldwide.
See, I told you people, I wasn't lying. When you go over there to Big Cat Rescue, it's an amazing place. It seriously is. I don't know. It's the best it may be the best in the world. I don't know. It's the best I've ever seen. And I have seen sanctuaries, folks. I've seen in my own eyes. I've seen several. They're not even sanctuaries, the other place I've saw. But I've seen other places that have animals, not just one or two. I've seen several. And I've also seen a lot of videos of it. I've even seen videos of people being very proud of how they're taking care of their current animals. And they still don't compare to your place. I don't know what it is. What is it that you do? Is it just hard work? Is that what's making it work so well, or what?
People ask me all the time how they can raise money for their organization, and I tell them it's not just some trick or some tip that I can share. What you have to do is be so transparent and so above board with everything that you do,
Uh-huh.
that people just want to support you and they want to give you these great reviews. And that's what got us this award with TripAdvisor, was because people come here and they see that we're walking the talk and that we're doing what we say we do, and we're spending their money on taking care of these animals, and they want to support us any way they can. So with a nice review is a great way that people can do it for free, and then that generates other people who may be better able to donate, who see these great reviews and say, I want to support that too, and I'm going to throw some cash into that. And we just had that happen in this past week. We had some people that had seen our stuff on Animal Planet, and then they saw all the great reviews and gave us a huge amount of money. And so it touches my heart that people take the time to do this, because it really is important to the animals that they do.
It goes back to what I was saying earlier. Good, evil follows evil, good follows good. It's the power and the law of the universe. Follow it and you will be successful, or you'll be a waste. I mean, whatever you choose to do in your life, that stuff will follow you. So Big Cat Rescue receives the blessings of, I don't want to put religion, I don't want to say the blessings of the Lord, because the Lord is the universe. So Carole Baskin or Big Cat Rescue receives the blessings of the universe because they are honest, they're open, they're helping animals. They're not being mean and evil. Did you ever notice people that do a lot of like breeding and, not with each other, but breeding their exotic animals? See, that's number 2 for Carole. So people who are, breeding exotic animals, they seem to have a lot of bad luck. Have you ever noticed that? They can't seem to feed their animals. They don't seem to take care of them. They
end up in bankruptcy.
They get bankruptcy. They get citations. Nobody likes them. They're always, constantly, on on the interwebs, people expressing their hate. And that's because evil follows evil. And good follows good too. That's honest God's truth. You know what? I run my business like that too. It's one of the reasons why I believe that Carole and them work with me, is because they know that I'm like them.
Yes.
I'm like as honest as as the day is long, I guess. It's just easier. I got too much going on in my life to be unhonest or untransparent, or it's too much work being evil. I tried. No, it's too much work. It's easier to be not evil. It's still, it's seriously, it is. You don't have to
Doing the
remember.
right thing will always pay off.
That's right. And I can't. I should get promotional money for advertising the movie, because I do it on all my shows. If you want to get what we're talking about when I say the power of attraction, there's a movie that you can watch on Netflix. You can probably download it for free somewhere. It's called The Gift. And watch that movie, and it will teach you the power of attraction that I am talking about. And I promise you, from the deepest parts of my soul, that it works. All right. Carole, don't it work?
It does. It is our philosophy to live by, that you attract into your life everything that comes into your life. And when you own it and say, okay, I brought this into my life, what do I have to learn from this? It's usually something along the lines of, how do I learn patience? How do I learn to be tolerant of people? That's why I've brought this person into my life that just makes me crazy. And once you realize that everything is a gift, I think that's a great title for the movie. It changes your life forever.
Right. But, like I say, it can I can't stress it enough. The gift is that it could be a bad gift too. So you got to understand, whatever you do will attract in your life. So if you're just being evil on the side somewhere, it comes back to you, and it's because you're attracting that. So it really helps just to be a good person as best as you can. Because even as best as you can, the universe will know that you're trying really hard. And Carole and I are just regular people, but we have good fortune because. And I don't mean good fortune just financially, but good fortune in things that happen for us because of the way we roll. I'm running. I still can't believe that I run a fabulous 2 stations. One now. I pinch myself. That I have a sprawling studio. But I got that through the power of attraction. And Carole got a big, wonderful sanctuary because of the power of attraction. But
today we have a celebrity that I can't talk about yet. Maybe by next week I can talk about it, but the celebrity is here on the grounds touring around with our videographer and with our director of donor appreciation. And again, it's because, we try to do things right and we try to behave in a responsible manner. Speaking of a responsible manner, some of you may remember that for the last couple of years, the Florida Wildlife Commission has taken the position that we could not show any rehab webcams or videos or photos even on our website. And we've been talking to them over the course of the last 2 years about working out something so that we could, because it doesn't affect us so much because our donations mostly come from other sources, not because of our rehab work. But there are a lot of rehabbers that the only way that they're able to support the work that they donate to the state, nobody pays them to do rehab work, the only way they can support themselves is through showing the evidence of, healing an animal and sending it back to the wild and making people care about animals in wild places. And so just yesterday we met with the Florida Wildlife Commission and they decided to do it through a permit. So a rehabber can apply for a permit, it's free, and they can show that kind of stuff now. And so we just got through reposting all of our Bobcat rehab videos, and as soon as I get off the channel today, I'll be putting back online a lot of our pages about Bobcat rehab. So it was really great to work with the Florida Wildlife Commission and work out something that works for them and works for all of the rehabbers in Florida.
So, what's new over there at bigcatrescue.org on your website? Anything new? Because I know you're like a webmaster.
We just completed a human first aid course, and I posted that. We have a section on our website. If you go to bigcatrescue.org, up at the top left hand of the screen, you'll see a button that says Big Cat News. And if you click that, the very top button will say Today at Big Cat Rescue. So every day I try to post what's happening today at Big Cat Rescue. And the one for today, which is May 22, has all the stuff that we've been talking about and links to where people can send letters to protect the lions in the wild and pictures from the events that we just did and that certificate that we just won. But you can also see the human first aid video, and I think it's something that probably most sanctuaries could use, they could just adapt it for their own use. There are a few things in there about, this is where we keep our medical supplies, but most of it is talking about what to do in case of an injury if an animal does bite you, or if a snake bites you, or bee stings and things like that. So I think it could be very helpful to a lot of people that are dealing with wildlife.
You're talking about that software thing, right, that you have on your
No, this is our regular website, bigcatrescue.org. Okay. Up at the top left, there's a button that says Big Cat News.
Oh, okay.
And then every day we post on that page, there's one called Today at Big Cat Rescue. Okay. So we post all the latest videos and photos, and today I'm going to be posting some more video that I'm going to be uploading later in the day. And then I found one that we uploaded a long time ago, and apparently we never made the thing public, so I made it public today, and it's Big Cat Operant Conditioning, which is the training that we do with cats to get them to do things we need them to do for medical purposes. So like teaching them how to sit, to lay down, to show us their paw, to open their mouth so we can check for teeth, being broken, or blisters in their mouths and things like that. And I thought our operations manager, Gail, did a very nice job of showing how we do that strictly with rewards. We don't do any kind of punishment with that training. And if the cat doesn't want to do the commands, we just go to the next cat. But for the most part, in fact, yesterday I walked by and Nyla the leopard and Simba the leopard were both competing with the keeper, trying to get her attention. It was like, I can do right paw, I can do left paw, and she's like looking back and forth between the two of them because they're like both just so excited to be doing it.
Now, I think I might be correct on this. Now, for people who are more who maybe have a sanctuary type of thing or currently have animals, isn't there like a software or site or something like that people can join or something like that you offer for like training on how to run a place like that?
There is. We have an intranet site that we use at Big Cat Rescue for all of our volunteers. And so what they do is they log into that every day, and they check the important updates to see, if a cat has been moved, or like today, if Lovey's at the vet, they're not looking for her in her cage because they know they've checked the important updates and she's at the vet's office, so she won't be found in her cage today.
Right.
But that site is something that anybody can set up with a Google email address. You can go to Google Sites, SITES, and then in the Create section where it asks you to pick a template, just type in their sanctuary template, and it's a template that I created and I've shared with a lot of other sanctuaries. And not only does the template set up all of the stuff about observations and training and all of that stuff, but it also has little videos embedded on every page that tell you how to use the site and how to change the site to have your own information and your own branding and logo and everything, so that your people at your sanctuary will have the same level of training that we have at Big Cat Rescue. And one of the latest things that we've been doing that I'm really excited about is trying to turn all of our classes into video classes. So another thing that's posted on today at Big Cat Rescue, the one that's available to the entire world, is a video that we just did for our new tour system. We have a headset that the person giving the tour talks into, and then everybody on the tour wears a receiver so they can hear through an earbud, just like you're talking to them one-on-one. You don't have to be yelling across 25 people.
Yeah.
And so we did a little video on how to use that system, and I thought anybody who uses that Fox system would be able to use this video, so that's why we posted that out there.
Oh. Now, that sounds like a pretty elaborate package. How much does that cost?
We bought 3 sets. Each
No, I mean,
set,
I'm sorry, I don't mean that. How much does it cost to sign up for that service, that, what's the name of it, the intranet?
That's free.
Oh, it's free. See,
Yeah.
everybody?
Google
It's
Sites
free.
are free, and I gave the Sanctuary template out there for free to anybody who wants to set up a site.
Right. That's amazing. Now the things, now also, how much, you said the earphone thing, since you had mentioned that.
Yeah.
How much those cost?
Each one of our tours is 25 people. So I got 3 sets. There's 75 of the receivers and 3 of the transmitters. And so we can have 3 tours out at a time using the system, and it cost us $4,400. But it's a system that will last us for years, so
Right.
we'll earn that back from the tour revenue.
So everybody knows you don't share earbuds. They do give you a fresh pair of earbuds for every person, right?
Yes.
And
You always get a new earbud.
can they take them with them when they leave?
Yes.
So they can use them on their iPod or something.
Well, it only has it in one ear so that they can hear other things with the other ear. So, like if the tour guide is calling them to all
That's
come
even
along,
better.
they can hear.
I would
But
use
it's
that.
nice for like on an airplane. A lot of people are traveling from other states, so they're going to be getting back on the plane, and they're going to be charging you a couple bucks for that headset. So you can just use your own that you got here at Big Cat
Exactly.
Rescue.
I would love to have one that's just one. Seriously, because there's often times that I'm like, I listen to podcastings, other people's podcasts. We are not a podcast, by the way, but I listen to podcasts, and yeah, that would be. But I'm always taking it out, the other ear, and then it hangs, and then pulls this one out. But one would just be fabulous. I bet you they sell those too. You should send me one.
I will do that. And they're blue. They're pretty. This should be a podcast, though, because we're mostly just talking. And I listen to podcasts all the time, and I know you listen to them all the time.
Right.
And so I wonder how we could do that.
Well, it's a feature that I've had before, and it's one that I'm going to bring back. It's a matter of logistics, because to do that, you got to take the file, and then you have to edit it down to MP3 format. And then when you do that, you also have to run it through audio cleaning software to do it properly. And because I like to, if I release audio, it's professional sounding audio. So there's there's logistics involved. So now that right now I've been so consumed with building the studio and everything like that. So once in June is when all the construction stuff should be, everything's in place. Once that is done, then I'll be able to get back to more things like making all the shows into audio podcasts and stuff like that too. So that is coming for sure.
Okay.
It's just getting there because I literally, we got the studio a little bit before May, but I've only been really setting it up all in May. You know what I mean? So it's quite.
You still have cameras arriving.
Yes, right, and I mean tripods arriving. Like we now have all full professional studio lighting, and you know what I mean, and just getting new people on and everything. So it's just a really big. Did something happen when I did my hand like that? Oh, she's waving to me. She was
You
like,
just
"Hi,
like
Nancy."
you're flying.
Yeah, so you can see some of our lighting there. So it's and to build all this stuff, and our live studio area where I'll do a show there from there too sometime. I'm actually building that as well, and that means I'm staining the floor. I've actually built the actual stage, the backdrop and all that stuff, and I seriously work from the morning from about 10 a.m. to 1 a.m. I make myself go home at 1 a.m. every day.
Wow.
Like I force myself to go home. And then one of the people one of my investors, he was here last night. He's like, "You should just pull up and make yourself a bed and sleep here." And I'm like, "No." Then I'm like, I actually have to, get away. I don't want to kill myself.
That's why you moved to a studio, so you weren't living it full time.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I now put in more hours than I ever have. And I will tell you this, it's the greatest thing I've ever done in my life. I really am totally enjoying my life. I think I died and went to heaven. I really do. I'm telling you, I was blown up or something like that because I can't believe I'm living my dream. I mean, it's crazy. Everything, the lighting, just the way the building is, it's like perfect. It's the way I envisioned it. So I don't even know how it's turning out that way.
You must have had a vision board in your head.
I mean, even the way the sunlight comes in the window. Right? I mean, little crazy stuff. Oh, our Nancy's checking upstairs because we're down here. We don't have somebody upstairs right now, and I'm expecting all these people. But I think she's hearing our neighbors. Like, we're right beside a pizza shop, which is real convenient too. Right? So I can get my lunch over there. I can send all my people that come here for the shows. They just go right over there and get a pizza or a beer. Because I encourage drinking before the shows, just not on the shows. But
Yeah,
okay,
we don't allow any alcohol here at the sanctuary.
Yeah,
we're always going to be dealing with sober.
We're almost at the end of our show here. Once our technician comes back. You have a glass of wine every now and then, right?
Just wine.
Yeah, I'd be loving me some wine. That's definitely from the universe of God. But I can't drink. It makes me drunk extremely fast, so I try not to drink it, and it makes me sick. But I will have a glass of wine every now and then. The only time I ever had wine.
Sounds great, David. It makes you sick.
I think in the last 3 years, the only time I ever had wine was with you when I was down there in Florida when you guys hosted me down there.
So I'm the bad influence.
Yeah, and that was at Big Cat Mary's. That was that big, what's it called?
Hamburger Mary's.
The Hamburger Mary's. And then I had one when I got my studio here as a way to celebrate.
Oh, that was a good idea.
So,
it's 1 o'clock. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yeah, but my technician person disappeared.
Oh, no.
So she went upstairs for a second, so. Nancy! Well, I might have to run over there and end the show myself. Oh, here she comes.
I could reach through and see if I can turn that off.
Oh, what
or maybe through the power of the mind.
Oh, you did? Did they drop it off then?
It's huge. It's in the lobby.
Oh, okay. I think it's my tripods. Yay, they said it's huge. I like huge. In all things. See, that's number 3. Number 3. I embarrassed her 3 times. That's great. No. All right, everybody. I want to thank you so much for watching Cat Chat. As usual, I've had a great time. I hope you sure did.
So did I.
And Carole, I'm glad you did too. And thanks for bringing photos to us. And then, hopefully next week we'll get a video for you, and somehow we'll get it working. And I'm David Stanton.
I'm Carole Baskin.
Great, there you go. And thanks for watching Cat Chat. And this show will be in rerun later on today. So if you want to watch Wild Animal Television, it'll be in there at some point. And it'll be on demand in just a few days on wildanimaltelevision.com. So we'll see you later. And goodbye, Carole.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Do 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 do. It's Cat Chat. Cat Chat. On Cat Chat. I'm still on cat chat.